Hello guys, it's Paula, and I am back to do a craft with me, or a create with me. Just really, I don't think we'll get past this one project, to be honest, so let's just call it instead an envelope scene. And what will happen is this will be put in with the signature. Okay, I am working on a custom order and wanted to do something different. And so I took apart a larger size envelope. It will still fit in my book. I've misplaced my ruler. Here it is. This is a 7 by 5 1/4, approximately right in there. Okay, so we're going to do this scene that you see lying here. Now, when you take apart an envelope, like we did for this, I forgot to ink this, you will have places you need to cover, unless you want to make an envelope. Okay, I didn't want to make the envelope, so I chose to just take an old envelope apart. Well, not old, but a envelope apart. Ink everything, and anywhere I thought it needed to be decorated, we decorated. So I cut out music sheet that was the right size to cover this. You know what? I've got this thing backwards too. I need to turn it around. So it needs to be like this. It's a good thing we caught that. I would have been very disappointed. Okay, so the music sheet, I don't care if it's upside down or whatever, as long as it's decorating. This one, it's right side up. Okay, I knew I'd cut it right side up, but anyway, we're going to do a scene on here, and I'm going to pull everything off right now because we don't need that portion at this moment. We're just going to go over how to do this. All right, guys. This, like I said, is just a plain envelope. I just kind of inked it in the color scheme of the book, which you all know. I'm doing another of the Pink Santa books for a customer. And then I'm going to cover it and just decorate it. And we will take this section right here and stitch in with the signature. And it will hide your strings. And then at that point, we can pull these in, pull this up, pull this down, and we'll just put a paper clip with the charm or something. And then when they open their book, they can flip the scene out. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So the first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to tell you how I did this. I just took a peek how I traced all those out. I just took a piece of music sheet and I laid it underneath right where it goes. Here I lined it straight up with this little section where it would stop. I drew it around it with a pencil. And then I came up with this. Okay, I slightly inked the edges. And I did the same thing, the exact same thing with these little side sections. And because they do have, you know, where I pulled it apart right there, and I want to cover that. And so I just used paper that was close to how I inked the center. Okay, and did the same thing up here. Now this is not actually going to seal. Okay, we are not going to seal this envelope. We're just going to, it's decorative. Okay, all right, now I'm going to make sure you guys can see. Let me go in a little bit. No, that's too far. Only have two distances on this thing. And so the first thing we're going to do is, instead of putting glue on the music sheet, I'm going to put it on the actual envelope, because I've already checked and made sure that it's going to fit. So just going to go like this, Don't have to go crazy. Just, I'm putting a thin amount on here. It looks like a lot, but it's very thin. Okay, and now you just want to line it up. Turn it sideways to line it up. You want to line it up with this line and the edge. Okay. Simple as that. Okay, the hardest part is cutting it out. And really, that's not even hard. Okay, so now we're going to do the lower section. Have I ever done this before? No. If we have a fail, we have a fail. Just be kind to me, please. You'd be surprised that people are not kind sometimes. I think everyone makes mistakes. And, you know, 99 3/4 of my subbies are wonderful. And I can't complain one little bit. But you always get that one. But that's okay. That is okay. To each their own, right? So, that's the fun thing about doing these journals is not ever doing it before. And if you have a fail, you just keep on going. It's kind of like fall off your bike, you get back on. And that's what I do. And I suggest it for everyone. Okay, so this is the top, the small flap. It's going to go like this. This is going to go in, this is going to go up. And you're going to be able to see your music sheet through there because this is a older envelope that I've had around. So now we're going to do the same thing on the sides. We're going to put it on. I'm going to flip it over to do the sides. How's that? Going to put our glue right here. Basically, I'm just covering these because that's where we tore the envelope apart. And I want it to not look like it was ever torn apart. I want it to look like it came that way. We know it didn't. But what made me think about doing this was, you know, with this book, I took out some old children's crafts out of a children's craft Christmas book that's vintage. And I made a few of the tags with that. And I thought, you know, and I saw in that book, it wasn't on the right subject, but a scene that they had done in a box. And it just made me think that maybe I could do a scene in or on my envelope. And this one I didn't get perfect, but that's okay. It's perfect enough for me. If you find that it's not perfect and you have a little bit of hangover, just take your scissors, flip it over, take your scissors and trim around it. And that will make it perfect suddenly. Or as perfect as you're going to get. Okay. So while I'm trimming this off, I'll ask how all of you guys are doing. I hope you're having a good day. I've been getting ready for my trip, and that's why I wasn't able to do a video yesterday. And well, maybe it wasn't yesterday. It was one day this week. And so this is going to be the last video. If I have time to do it in between my two trips, which they're only going to total a week, even with both trips, okay? So, because I'm going to a huge scrapbooking retreat, and then I'm going to go to Cleveland Hospital and see a couple doctors. And so I won't be gone that long because we're flying, and yeah, it won't take us that long. But anyway, so I'm inking around this because when I cut the edges there, it kind of took a little bit of the pink off. All right, so there we go. If you didn't know, you just think this envelope came that way. So what we're going to do first is I want to do it like a little scene. So I just cut out some gold instead of any other color. I just thought we'd do sparkly gold for the ground. Guys would be proud of me. I normally do keep my hands manicured. You've never known that. But I actually got a manicure because they needed it so bad for my crafting. I'm trying to see if this is the right side. It is. Okay, I'm going to have to trim that off just a little bit. I'm going to see how much right here. I want it, before I glue it, I want to make sure it's, and what I did is I just cut it off. I had some scraps out of the gold, and I just cut it off and just cut wavy lines. So that's all you need to do, is just cut some wavy lines. There we go. That's close enough. All right, so you just put a little bit of glue. Try not to make it where you're having to wipe up glue, Paula. I have a tendency to do that. Okay. Let's just, well, I just got it all over me. What else is new, ladies? I'm just going to have to wipe it off when I'm done here, if I can catch it. If I can get it down with my fingers being so sticky, that's going to be the trip. Here, let's see. There we go. Yeah, this crop we're going to is, I'll tell you where it's at. It's in Grove, Oklahoma. And there's supposed to be 400 women. That's where they stop it. They stop taking registrations at 400. I guess that's about as big as they can hold. And so yeah, I've not been to this particular event before. So I know a lot of people that's going to be there, but I've not actually attended it. And so looking forward to that. My sister's coming with me, as I told you before. And we're going to scrap and craft till we drop. And usually we do. We usually feel like dropping. By the time we go home, we do. And so I'm really glad that I have a couple days in between our flight to Cleveland to rest a little bit. So here we go. Put a little, this did much better that time. Didn't get it everywhere. Mostly on me is what I'm thinking. Line that up. I would have cut it in one piece. It's just that my piece wasn't long enough. Yeah, it's still just slightly long. So I'm just going to kind of tilt it and trim it. See if I can get it in there right. Gosh, that was pretty close. Yay me. That surprises me. Okay. And I'm going to just wipe this glue right here that suddenly appeared. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, now I'm just going to do like a little scene, like I told you, and it's, as I always say, it's not brain surgery. It's just having fun. This actually has sticky on the back of this so funny looking Santa. Look at him. He's so funny looking. He's got eyes in there somewhere, I know. But he's dimensional, and I thought he would be really cute on here. And I think I'm going to see doing some pink. I'm going to do a little pink around him because he does have red on him, but there is a tiny bit of red in this paper. It is anything that has to do with Santa. It's kind of a pinkish red. So I figure if we go over his red a little bit with pink. He will look great. Now I'm trying to remember. I think I put him in the middle. I did. It's funny because I rearranged it 3 or 4 times, and now I'm sitting here thinking, did I put him in the middle? It doesn't matter. It looked good anyway. I did put him in the middle, though. I remember. Okay, so have you guys thought about what you're going to do for Christmas? Like what? Have you thought about your Christmas list? Have you thought about what are you going to serve? I hate cooking at holidays. I think it's because, I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way. Let me know how you feel about cooking at holidays. Some people just love it. I loved it when I was younger. But the reason I don't is because I can't enjoy the together time that's going on while I'm cooking. Now, we don't watch football on, either holiday, because we are not, don't fall over, we are not football people. My husband, he will watch Super Bowl if he's with some other people, but if not, he can take it or leave it. And I'm kind of the same way. My husband's, he's more of a, he likes like anything technical, anything that's different, as far as, I'm trying to find something to scrape this little bit of glue off with. This little Santa, because he's chipboard, he wants to not stay flat. So, we're going to have to put something on top of him. Of course, when I laid him down, he seemed to look like he was laying down just fine. But just a clue for you guys that when you use chipboard, it's not always going to be, I'm going to do like this. I'm going to weight him down. He's going to be hollering at me to let him out. And in the meantime, let me move this up a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to do, I just cut out a stem and a triangle. I've been doing that. And I made a long stem, which I thought would be cute for a change, to do on the Christmas tree. Yeah, so I'm going to take this off for 1 second to make sure I'm putting the tree in the right spot. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. Make sure it's straight. And move right along. Okay, so anytime you want to make a Christmas tree that you don't have a tree or anything, you just want to make a tree, triangle punch is wonderful punch to have. Oh my goodness, I haven't had this forever, but I have figured out that you can make lots of different kinds of trees. And see, I want this one to be up high since this is an outdoor scene. I could have put, instead of putting the gold at the bottom, I could have put silver, or I could have put white, but I was out of white, and I thought the silver didn't look good with the gold in this situation. So there was a little star that came in this little package. I was going to punch a little star, but this little star came in the package of chipboard, and I thought, well, we'll just put it on top of the tree, because it works perfect, and it kind of goes with everything. But if you didn't have a package of chipboard or stickers or whatever that all match, you can take from so many different things. You could cut your own and it would look cute. So keep that in mind. This reminds me of something that a child would do. And I just thought, well, this would be fun, you know. We'll have to weight him down, keep weighting him down maybe overnight, and he'll do good. Okay, now, the next piece that I have is this little snowman. I am going to just hit the little snowman with a little bit of pink because he's got red earmuffs on. And I don't want I want him to look like he has a little bit of pink going on. And I'm gonna, this chipboard does have very good glue on it. More than normal. But, oops, I just want to make sure this lasts long term for the customer. I think I'm going to put him just like up on a little hill. Maybe hang him over just a little bit. He's hanging out with Santa. He's like, I wonder if I'll get anything. Now, I have this cute little, I wish it was on the other side. Cute little ho, ho, ho. Yeah, see, we're going to have to put it right here. But I think that's all right. I'm going to weight him down in the meantime. We're going to put this little ho, ho, ho right here next to Santa. And let's see. See if we can get him to... And I may doodle around this little ho, ho, ho because I want it to not look so flat. It looks kind of flat to me. And it's because it is. It didn't go with the chipboard set that I'm glued on here. Okay, so now I don't think, let's pull this off for a second so we could see. So you see where we're going with it. I could have put, I thought I'd put that up there, but I could cut out around this, I tried to find, I'm just going to cut out around this. Don't scream at me. I know some of you are like, no, I liked it up in the, but I really have that dead space right there. And I feel like we need to fill it with something. And so we're going to take apart this little sign. It says Season's Greetings. And hang on to your little flowers, though, because you can use them for something else. I went to I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I went to a garage sale at a scrapbook store, the only one that's left in our town. And found a lot of good little stickers and came out of there with probably 10 packs of little Christmas stickers and stuff, which I love. Christmas embellishments of any kind. And this was one of them. Now, don't fall over, but I'm going to tell you how much this costs. And normally these chipboard pieces are more expensive than, but I got the whole pack. There was nothing missing from the pack for $1. $1. Let me see if that's straight. Yeah, it is. Isn't that cute? I'm sitting here thinking, is there anything missing? Is there anything else we could clutter it with? I have a little heart. I don't like that. I have a little, thought I had another little heart, but maybe not. Yeah, I do. I like this other little heart, though. I think I'm going to put it right. Let me show you. Got too much glue. It just decides to come out 90 miles an hour. I'm going to put this little heart right here on our Season's Greetings. And I'm going to put it straight. How's that? Can you see? I think that turned out cute, you guys. Now, you know, nothing ever seems finished to me. We could put some little gold balls on here to decorate the tree. I'm going to doodle around the ho ho ho. And I'm just going to do it like little stitches. Nothing fancy. Because I want it to stand out a little bit. I think it seems so flat compared to... Whoops, just went off of it a little bit right there. Cool. Okay. Now you could doodle around other things if you wanted to, but I don't want to overkill. I don't want to do overkill on this because it takes away the fun when you do that. I mean, it makes things confusing. So, whenever we put this in the book, you will take it. Let me show you. Here's a signature. You will take it and put it in your book like this before you stitch in your signatures, okay? I don't know how this is going to work. I've never done it before. But I think I want it to be on this side. Okay, so you're going to take it, and you're going to put it in the very center of your signature. So like right on top of the very middle. I hope it fits. Fixing to find out. This is the very center right here. And you're going to take the long part, and that is going to, boy, I'm telling you, it is just going to fit. Now see, if we close this up, let me show you. It's still kind of wet, but let me show you. It's not going to close up perfect because we have a chipboard Santa, and that's okay with me. It's going to close up. If you had it like this and you just wanted to, you know, pull it out and say, I want to put an envelope in here. So you're going to lay it down with the bottom of the envelope in your corner of your page. See, just like that. So if you covered it up, it would be just like that. So we're doing right where we want it stitched. So you open it up and you pull this down. And you make sure that where your fold line on the inside of your signature is in the fold line of the card. Okay. And I'm going to put it right there, and we'll stitch it in. And when it's all stitched in, I'll show you during the flip. Oh, this one won't have a flip through. I'm sorry, because we've already did a flip through on this book. But this particular thing was not in the other book. I'm kind of doing some different things. Anyway, you can see though, see how it bends? So whenever we get it bent in, oh, I just realized that my little snow is wanting to push up. Okay, go like this. Pull this in, pull this in, pull this in. And we will clip it. You can clip it on both sides or just one side. It's up to you, but we will clip it on the top one for sure. And at the same time, it's here. And on the inside, it will have a tie. We'll tie the signature strings inside, so they won't dangle down. But we'll put beads on the dangle down of the other side. So yeah, I think this turned out cute. I will do this again, guys. I think it's cute. Okay, so I'm going to leave it open and weigh him down. Let me get this signature out. The next thing I have to do, and we might as well do it together since we've got a little bit of time. I'll show you how I cut my lace I'm going to set this to the side. I don't think we need to do anything on this other side. I mean, it would even be cute with a, I don't want to make it heavy and weighed down or anything, but it would be cute with a, like, Dear Santa on here. When this dries, I might doodle Dear Santa. We'll see. And I may just leave it. And I'm even thinking of doodling around the outside. I think that would be cute, and put Dear Santa. But we got to let this dry. So I'm going to take my punch and set this over here. Just a second. I'm going to move it over. I got to find a spot for it first. You wouldn't believe what my room looks like. Okay. So now we're going to bring a signature in. I'm going to put the lid on my glue so it doesn't dry up because we're finished with it. I don't glue my ribbon on or my lace on. I cut my lace, I measure my lace, I cut it, and I stitch it on. Now, this one's almost empty, so I'm going to pull it off and I'll demonstrate with this. But I do at least, let me see, I want to say 6. I do it on the scrapbook pages, is what I do. And I use the same color pink as the ribbon, as close as I can get. And I will stitch. I don't normally use ruffle, but it just called for ruffle. It just ended up looking so good. So what I do is I add a little extra to the top, because when it's ruffled like this, it kind of shortens. I don't like it when it's not at least as long as the paper. I like it when it can hang over a little bit. So I always want to make sure I have a little hangover on both ends. And then before I cut it, I get them all cut. Can you guys see? Let me pull this up a little bit. I get them all cut. I hold this down and then I come out and cut. Because you just never know, you know. Like I think I'm going to get 2 cuts out of what's left here. And I do, like I said, at least 6 to 8. I think, let me think for a minute. I do 4 to each signature is what I do. So, because if you do too many, it thickens up your book and it really looks like too much, you know. So I do 4 to each signature. So you want to make sure you have hangover at the top. And get hold of this. And then a little bit of hangover at the bottom. And now we have a scrap. Might have to put that on a tag or something. All right. Now, that's 2 of them. I'll move those to the side. And open up this new pack. Yeah, this is a new pack. See how it's not even full? Cracks me up how Hobby Lobby does their laces. I was just surprised they had pink lace. I took advantage and bought 4. But I'm almost, you know, I'll be out after this because it takes. Now this one is super wrinkled, which I'm aggravated about. I don't like it when they put lace in and leave it like that. So I might have to, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I want to go down there and strangle somebody. Because it just makes a lot of work for you. You know, having to press this. So I will probably have to press it. But I'm going to go ahead and measure it out. But I don't like that they did that. Shame on Hobby Lobby. Okay, now, but see, it's even hard to get it straight enough to measure. But I bought 2 to start with. And then I went back and bought 2 more. And I got the last 2 they had. Just got lucky. Okay, I have other pink ribbon, but I wanted this pink ribbon because it just works with this book. Okay, here we go. There's 3. Yeah, I noticed when I was getting in my ribbon box to look and see what pinks I had that I'm getting low. I'm gonna have to start hitting some estate sales. I just have been so busy. I haven't had time to go anywhere, and I would prefer to use vintage, but you know, there's times I have to just buy lace when you can't find it or you don't have time to go shop for it. Okay, now that was 4. I'm going to cut 4 more, and then if I decide I need more than 4 per signature, I will get the 4. This video from today probably will not go up until at least tomorrow sometime, because we're going to be traveling this evening, and we will have someone house setting and taking care of our little pooch. Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 5 there, so we need 3 more. I still need to make some altered pins, and I still got several things I haven't done yet for this book. But I've really come along on it because we just decided to make this for her about 3 days ago. This sweet lady contacted me, and so yeah. Let's see. That looks like that part wants to try to come apart, so we'll just cut that off altogether. Can't have any of that happening. Put that over there. I think I just tossed a pin across all my scraps over here. I have to remember to go after that so it doesn't come after me later. Come on, lace. All right. Okay. Goodness. Needs to straighten out. I'm going to have to press this because I like it to be all nice and fluffy. Okay. Probably will just have enough on this one, and that will leave me with 1 roll. Okay. Come on. Crooked lace. Let's see. Okay. I'd rather have a little bit more than not enough, you know. Okay, I think this might, let me count them again. It's pretty bad. I just threw them over there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 1 more. And if I need more after that, then I can cut more. It's better to cut less and add more later, because you don't want to waste any more than you have to. Okay. there we go. Okay, that's the lace cut for the two signatures. And I will sew those on separately from this video because I'm going to have to press them first. So I'm bringing this little guy back because I was thinking that I want to do a messy doodle on him because I think it's kind of plain around the outside. And I just think it would look better. You know me. Now, the kind of messy doodle I'm talking about, there's stitching, which this one, I did make one little boo-boo. There's stitching, and then there's just drawing lines straight. And if you have to go back and do a second line, like you did it on, you're doing it on purpose. You're doing a messy line on purpose. And then if you mess up, it looks like it was meant to be. Like for example, I did a challenge the other day on the Foxy Crafters Facebook page. And it was floral on a envelope was the challenge. And I didn't want to do the typical, and you know how much I love to doodle, so I doodled. And this is what I doodled. But if you notice, I'm showing you just because we're talking about the messy. See the messy lines? See how they cross over each other? You know, that was on purpose. I did that on purpose. And then I'll do a little squiggly or a star or a heart or something like that. So this messy doodling was, and see here's some more. Let me make sure you can see that. I like to do messy doodling. And so let's see what we can do. I'm going to start right up here. Let me make sure you can see. And then after this, I'll have to end the video. So I'm just going to start here and I just go straight. And then I'm just going to go straight again and see how it does. Sometimes you'll run into the same line. Sometimes you won't. Then you just pick up over here and you really want it to be continuous. See, it's crooked and that's great. I like that. And then you deliberately make it crooked again. See? And the same here. And the thing is you don't want to give it a lot of thought. Like right here, I'm going to do a star. Let's do a star and then I'm going to do a star here, and I kind of spread the stars out. I don't want them in the same spot on any one side. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do it across here. I'm just doing it around the outside. And you can go on Pinterest. And now this one has curve in it, so probably going to have to lift my pen up to do it because of the angle. But that's okay. If I can do it and just do it in one swoop, I like it better. But it's hard to do that whenever you've got curves. So I'm going to go back over this one again, and I'm deliberately not really looking or paying attention so that it will be messy. Go over here, do the same thing. I'm going to go around. I have to get the paper and the paper and the pen in the right spots. And that the thing I like about it is it does like a border and gives it like that framed out look without perfection. And I love that. So now I'm going to get it back in the upright position, and then I'm going to go over here and do a star. And I'll do this star down here. And you kind of want it to be in the center of your line if you can, or thereabouts. Okay, now we're going to do down here. Let me pull this up. Do down here. And this goes super fast, okay? You can make it, I mean, when you first do it, that's one thing. But it is meant to not take forever. There we go. Now flip it back upright. Gonna do a star here. This is just a freehand star. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be a particular size. I'm gonna put this one right here because there's too much writing right here. Okay, so there you go. Now I'm gonna flip it over and doodle on the other side. Let me see how much time we got. We've got just enough time to do that. Okay, and I would normally have probably done gold or something like that, but I have all that stuff packed. Now this is a straight flap, so we're just gonna go start here and just move your hand, not your paper. Do you see that? Let's do it again. Start here. And you don't really want it to go over the top of the other one unless it's crossing over the best you can. Okay. So you're moving your hand, not the pin. Now in this situation, this is going to be folded in. So we want to doodle around here, okay? But I'm going to open these so there's no bulk. So I really could have just kept going. See, like this. And so now I'm going to teach you guys to doodle yet. Okay, here we go. Move your hand. Move your hand. And I mean, you don't even have to really work at making it crooked. You know, it's a natural thing. It's very unusual that anyone could do just a straight circle. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I did meet at the end of this other line on purpose. So it looks like it was done in one swoop. Okay, now, this is the bottom, this is the top. So I'm going to do my star right here, and right here. And I'm going to do one here and here. You don't even have to give it a lot of thought, okay? But you want one on each of your lines. Now we're going to fold this in. Let's get it over here. Fold it in. You're going to see how cute this is. Well, his feet are big and bulky, but probably should have used a flatter Santa. But here's how it looks. Now, I'm looking at this thinking, should we have doodled right there? I like that it's pink like that in the background, so no. And now let's flip it over. You got to remember this is up, this is down. So we're going to flip it over so we have it in the right spot. And we're just going to do Dear Santa, okay? And it's going to be bulky because of what's underneath it. So be aware of it not being perfect, okay? And I'm just going to do it like this, Dear. And you could do it childlike if you wanted to. There. Now, I'm going to take my ruler. And it just so happens my Tim Holtz ruler fits right over this. And I'm just going to draw right around. Because in this situation, I want it to be straight. Or as straight as possible, okay? And then if it's not perfectly straight, then we'll go back and we'll make it look like it was on purpose. And it's not going to be perfectly straight. So we're going to doodle it like it was on purpose. Let me show you. This would be our first line. Okay, so now we're going to kind of make it crooked. Make it crooked. We've already got it crooked right here. I kind of figured we'd have to doodle it because of all the bulk underneath. Okay, but And we'll just do 1 star. How's that? And it's not a letter that we've got in here, but it's a fun project. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to miss you guys. I told my husband I'm going to have a hard time leaving my YouTube channel for 1 week. If I can work in 1 video in between, like Monday or Tuesday, I will. If it's possible, I don't know. It depends. And then I'll be back on Saturday. So I'm not going to be gone very long. You'll only probably miss a video for 3 to 5 days. Okay? All right, guys. Well, welcome to all the new subbies that I've gotten this week. There's quite a few, and I appreciate every one of you. When we reach 1,000, we're going to have a giveaway. So prepare for that and think about that. And tell your friends to come visit my channel or share with your friends. And I appreciate all my subbies. So I'm going to be gone a few days, and I'll see you back for sure on Saturday. A week from this coming Saturday. All right, guys. Bye.